If you have this mindset about SMMA, you might as well just shut up shop now because you will fail. Hi everyone, my name is Jimmy. Everyone calls me Uncle Jimmy, and I focus on service delivery and helping people make sure they deliver on what they promise, because this space is full of people that don't do that, and I want to affect change. So if you want to become an absolute king of service delivery, make sure to subscribe to the channel and tell other people about this channel, because there's way too many people teaching you how to sell this shit and no one teaching you how to actually get results for clients. So I'm part of a lot of SMMA school groups. I just sort of lurk around and just keep my finger on the pulse on the SMMA economy to see what people are saying. And I read this message and it really irked me, and it really shouldn't, because I've been doing this a long time. I don't necessarily need to get triggered by posts anymore, but this one really irked me because it's a shame that someone feels this way. So the basic cliff notes of this message was that I want to start my SMMA, but I don't have any capital, working capital to start this. How do I go about doing this with no money? And this really pissed me off. And like I said, it probably shouldn't have, but let me talk about why this pisses me off, because this guy is basically going to fail as an SMMA owner. And I'm sorry to say that. And if it hurts his feelings, if he watches this, namaste, I hope you will forgive me, but I am right. And let me tell you why I'm right. There is very few businesses on this planet that require zero working capital to start. And if they do, they're generally too good to be true. Now, do you need a huge amount of working capital to start an SMMA? No way. You could start an SMMA with $500, $600, $700. But there's a reason why you need working capital to start an SMMA. Firstly, you've got to do it legally. So you need to register your business. You need to get your appropriate licenses. You need to get insurance if you have clients and you're at high risk. You also need to make sure that you can afford the subscriptions that you need to run an SMMA. Things like for email warm-up tools, things for looking up emails, things for outreach, the Zoom, premium Zoom account. You need those subscriptions. And you may not need them at the very start, but you're going to need them as soon as you start getting clients and as soon as you start receiving appointments. Now, I understand that there's a portion of you out there that don't have much money or have no liquid capital to start an agency. There is no excuse. If you have access to the internet and you are even thinking about starting an SMMA, I guarantee you that if you were to walk around your house, you would find $500, $600, $700 of shit laying around your house that you can sell. There is legitimately no excuse. It's just what you're prioritizing. You kind of want to have one foot in the SMMA space by saying, I want to just try this without any money, but you don't want to get rid of the Xbox or the PlayStation. You don't want to get rid of that Nitro Discord subscription you have. You don't want to get rid of the FIFA loot boxes that you've got. You don't want to get rid of the gym membership. You don't want it enough. If you're not even willing to liquidate the crap you have laying around your house to get you some working capital to create a livelihood for yourself that is digital in nature, then you don't deserve to start an SMMA. And I know this is harsh, and I know some of you guys out there are going to just scoff at what I'm saying, and please feel free to. I've literally met hundreds of SMMA owners now, and the only ones that have been successful are the ones that are willing to invest in it. If you're not willing to invest at the very start by getting rid of some of the luxuries you have and go noodle mode to make this succeed, then you will fail and you will be beaten by people that are willing to do that. And it also comes down to people not willing to put themselves out for the betterment of their life. So yes, okay, let's say for whatever reason you live in a hostel and you literally own nothing. There's nothing stopping you from knocking on people's doors and going, do you have a car that you need washing? Do you have lawns that need to be mowed? Do you want someone to pick up the garbage out the front? Do you want someone to pick up the dog poos around your house? If people are not willing to sacrifice anything that makes them comfortable to make themselves successful, and this is the biggest problem with this space, is everyone wants to run a hashtag SMMA, hashtag laptop lifestyle, live on the water like we do. People want to do that, but they don't want to sacrifice anything to make that happen. They literally just want to be able to go, because I'm a human being on this planet, I deserve to be able to run an SMMA like Jimmy or some of these guys that have big SMMAs. I deserve an agency like that because I'm a human being and I exist on this planet. And when I turn around and go, well, what have you done to make that happen? Oh, well, I watched a few YouTube videos and I've been trying to find a free tool to be able to do appointment setting. Have you actually sacrificed anything to make it happen? Oh, well, it's some time. I was like, okay, why do you have a PlayStation 5? Why do you have a $3,000 computer? Why do you have a $50 a month gym membership? If that's the stuff you need to sacrifice to build the capital to make this an actual goer, and you're not willing to do that, then find another career. Because there's plenty of careers out there that you can have where you won't have to sacrifice anything and you can just clock on and clock off. But if you want to play with the big boys and you want to get into business and you want to run a legitimate business and have a career out of this, then you've got to be willing to play with the big boys. And if you're not willing to do that, then you're going to lose and you're going to fail. And I tell this to people that want my help. If they come to me and I see that they're not willing to sacrifice to make that happen, either sacrifice time or sacrifice luxuries or sacrifice whatever to make this happen, then I don't help people like that. But if people are willing to sacrifice time, energy, effort, money to make their dream come to fruition, then I'll do everything in my power to help. Because when I first started this agency, that's what I had to do. I gave up a $200,000 a year job and sold everything I had to get this agency off the ground. Now the proof is in the pudding and the reward's there. But that took me 8 years to get to that point. For the first 2 years of this agency, I was breaking even or at a loss. And I have more excuses than you do. I have 2 kids and a mortgage. If you are living at home or if you're living by yourself and you don't have kids and you don't have mortgage, I guarantee you that if you just walked around your house and sold your shit, you would have more than enough money to start an agency, plus buy a couple of courses that you've been looking at doing as well. But if you're not willing to do that, then go and learn a hard skill and go and get a job for someone that is willing to do that.